Hi guys, this is Ashley back with another video. Before we get into the video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on post notifications. Botch and Bitter fans, okay, Garbage Gang, is very upset at the Billboard Awards because she received 0 nominations. The Billboard Awards, a lot of fans are saying that Botch and Bitter was snubbed because she received a scammy nomination. Okay, for her Dr. Miami record. Okay, she received 1 scammy nomination for the 2025 Scammies, but 0 Billboard nominations, and she went top 10. Now, as we previously discussed, the 2024 top rap song nominees were Agora Hills by Doja Cat, The Town is Dead by Doja Cat, Like That by Future Metro and Kung Fu Kenny, Lovin' on Me by Whack Harlow, and Not Like Us by the King of Rap, Kung Fu Kenny. And then she also was snubbed, according to the fans, for the top rap female artist nominees. Okay? Doja Cat, Gorilla Glue, and Nicki Minaj are the only 3 female rappers to receive a nomination, but Botch and Bitter and Megan Thee Stallion and Scratch Off did not. Okay, so a lot of people are calling Billboard out because Botch and Bitter did get a scammy nomination, so they're wondering how she can get a scammy nomination but not a Billboard nomination. Well, I'm gonna tell you why. Because Dr. Miami, even though it went top 10, it didn't have impact. Okay, Gorilla Glue made a lot of noise in 2024 with her album and a lot of her singles, like the Wannabe song, Yeah, Glow song with Sexy Red is doing well in the charts. Botch and Bitter doesn't have that momentum. Nicki Minaj has the highest selling female rap album of 2024 and 2023. So they got to give her a nomination. At the end of the day, Botch and Bitter didn't really have a good year when it comes to her overall music, and I think she knows that. Now, Botch and Bitter goes off on live, and she wants apologies from allegedly Bia, Nicki Minaj, and JT, and the Barbs.
In 2024, I'm letting you know right now, y'all better apologize to me today. Today, nigga or anything that plays with me, y'all fucking apologize to me today, because you want to know what? You want to know why? Because next year, as soon as 12/8, everybody always say this every New Year's, but this time I'm standing on it. I'm standing on that shit. Next year, as soon as 12 a.m. hit, I'm hitting the reset button. You hear me? I'm hitting the reset button. I'm whipping everybody's with a wet belt. Have you ever been in the shower and you just washing your ass and you just singing and everything, and your mom just come in and she start whipping your ass with a motherfucking belt? Have your mama ever did that? That's what I'm doing. I'm whooping with a fucking belt, and I might with a wet one too, and I might hit them with a motherfucking buckle, bitch. Because I'm sick of everybody. And I'm telling you, next year, I'm not taking nothing. I'm not taking nothing. So I'm telling y'all right now, y'all need to apologize to me. Everybody got to apologize to me. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because the belt is coming out. And I'm not whooping with a fucking Gucci belt or a YSL belt. I'm hitting with that brown leather belt that your daddy and your mama used to whoop you with. Yeah. I'm Yep, 2025. All 2025. I said that last year, but a whole bunch of happened to me this year.
Now, if Botch and Bitter don't shut the F up, okay, nobody is scared of you. She always talked this tough talk, and then nothing happened, okay? If you so tough, drop her freestyle right now. Why are we waiting for 2025? Why don't you just drop a freestyle right now if you so big and bad? Who do you think you giving an ass whooping to? The only thing people are scared of is that new nasty face you got. Now, Doja Cat, who is the known queen of charts, is also nominated for 2024 Top Radio Songs Artist. So it's Doja Cat, the Chart Obsessed Racist, SZA, Morgan the Racist, and Sabrina Carpenter, who get the most radio play. This is basically what this award signifies. The top radio songs, they get the most radio in their genre. Who do you think will win? I think the Chart Obsessed Racists or Sabrina are going to take this, because I believe they probably get a lot of radio and payola, okay? But Doja Cat probably get the most payola and radio out of all the female rappers, okay? So if this was strictly female rappers, you know, she would win. But because she competing with the pop girlies, Sabrina Carpenter or the Chart Obsessed Racists is probably going to take that. Now, Doja Cat also makes payola board history, as she's the first artist to receive 2 nominations for the top rap song in a single year with solo tracks. In the rap category, she got 2 songs, Agora Hills and The Town Is Dead. Well, to me, Agora Hills is a pop record, no shade, but she's singing the majority of that song, and so is The Town Is Dead. I don't think she should win in those categories. I think it should go to Kung Fu Kenny anyway. But, you know, these songs did top the charts, but I don't think she should win. Now, moving on to Megan Thee Stallion. People are saying that Megan is punking Nicki Minaj because Act 2 got 2.2 million streams. Act 1 had 1.24 million streams yesterday. Mamouche has 700,000 streams, but Pink Friday 2, which has 22 tracks, only did 720,000 streams, okay? So let me know how y'all feel about that. But Act 2 by Megan Thee Stallion just recently came out, okay? Pink Friday 2 came out last year, okay? And here's the thing with Megan. You know, she do all these streams, but how comes Act 2 sold 9,000 first week? It did 9,000 in its first week sales, and they had to combine the sales for Act 1 and Act 2 so we can sell 42,000 or 44,000, and it was still less than Gorilla Glue. So I never understand why the thotties brag about Megan Thee Stallion streams. Her streams are not that great. Her per sales ain't that great, okay? You know, she's a great dancer. I do think Megan can rap, but when it comes to sales, she's not that girl, okay? It don't matter how many brand deals and how much, you know, Devil Nation pushes her. She's not that girl when it comes to sales, and that's why Payola Board didn't give her any nominations. Because, you know, she went number 1, but all her albums kind of flopped this year. That's why Payola Board didn't give her any nominations. It would have been stupid because at the end of the day, she's not a high-selling artist. And it's really no shade. So I really don't understand why they be bragging about stuff like this. It doesn't make sense. Now, moving on to Scratch Off. Now, as we know, Scratch Off's budget has gotten cut. I talked about this before because Scratch Off's last album, Sugar Honey Piss Tea, flopped. Scratch Off admitted that RCA the colorist would not pay for her music video for Brokey. Okay, that's why it was so cheaply done. But also, for what I'm hearing, RCA the colorist will not be pushing any other record on Sugar Honey Piss Tea. Okay, because they are in the red when it comes to Scratch Off, and that's why she had to go on tour. But she allegedly does have another collaboration with Flo Milli, who is pregnant. Okay, by the way, let me know if you guys would support that record. I think she was on the Mistress Service remix with Megan Thee Stallion, and that flopped. So let me know how y'all feel about that. Now, Queen B sets the tone like a vocal coach. Okay? Queen B is the only female artist nominated for the top country album at this year's Payola Board Awards. Now, the 2024 top country album nominees for the Payola Board Awards are Cowboy Carter, The Great American Bar Scene by Zach Bryan, Higher by Chris Stapleton, Religiously the Album by Bailey Zimmerman, okay? And it's clear as day it should go to Cowboy Carter because Cowboy Carter made the most noise, okay? You know, Cowboy Carter topped the charts. Now, Queen B was also nominated for Top Dance Electronic Artist at the Billboard Awards. She's competing with Charlie XCX, Dua Lipa, Calvin Harris, and the Chainsmokers, okay? I don't think Queen Bee should win in this category, though. No shade. I think this should go to Charlie XCX if we're keeping it fair. No shade. She also was nominated for the 2024 Top Country Female Artist category. She's competing with Megan Moroney, Lainey Wilson, okay? Queen Bee definitely got to win in this category. No ifs, ands, or buts. Now, unfortunately, Shaboozey gets played with again because he does not get nominated in any country category. Well, not in this category, at least. For the 2024 Top Country Male Artist nominees, Zach Bryan, Luke Combs, and Morgan the Racist. But Shaboozey, unfortunately, is missing from this category, even though he's had the most success this year, especially with the bar song. You know, that's been #1 for weeks. But Shaboozey's black. So, of course, you know, he got snubbed. Here's my thing. Shaboozey, I told you they was going to continue to play in your face because you too nice and you don't stick up for yourself. I told you. This is exactly what's going to happen. But I don't feel bad. Okay? You need to call these award shows out. And you don't even have to do it, you know, on social media. Okay? You don't have to go on a rant. But you need to have your management team reach out to these award shows behind the scenes and ask them, why are you getting snubbed? You've had the hottest year. And then if they say, oh, well, boycott. Okay, just like The Weeknd and Champagne Thickums have been doing with the Scammies. Now, Champagne Thickums is receiving Donkey of the Day yet again because he decides to go after the R&B guys now. Now he beefing with Steve Lacy because Steve Lacy performed at the Pop-Out show in, I think it was June, which was Kung Fu Kenny's concert, okay? And mind you, Steve Lacy, I believe he's from LA. So, unfortunately, Champagne Thickums is in his feelings like he usually is.
This guy's like a fragile op, but it's a good song though. You know?
It's a fragile op. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, he's like a fragile op, but it's a good song though.
Okay, so what does that mean, a fragile op? No.
Chat knows what I'm talking about. Fragility.
Now, Champagne Thickums, if you don't shut the F up, nobody is more fragile and sensitive than you. Okay? Which is why you're in the predicament that you're in now, where half of the industry don't mess with you no more. Okay? Because you always sneak dissing. How is he fragile because he performed at the Pop-Out concert? Okay? He probably just wanted to perform with one of the greatest rappers of all time. And he has worked with Kung Fu Kenny. I think it was on the damn album. So I don't understand why you're upset when he's from LA. What did you really expect? I mean, why are you so upset that people are showing love to Kung Fu Kenny when they're from LA? Okay? You are the most sensitive female rapper in the game. Okay? You act like a female rapper. You sneak this on social media, but you won't get on the booth. You know better than botch and bitter. Now, Steve Lacy has responded on social media. He posted this on his Instagram, who trying to be my fragile op, with an emoji. And then he also posted this on his Instagram story. Don't tell anybody what we do when I get lonely. Now, Kung Fu Kenny dropped the Squabble music video, or Squabble Up music video. You know, I wanted a music video for TV Off, but it's not too late. But he did drop the Squabble music video with a lot of different hints. The music video is similar to The Roots, The New Movement, which came out in 1999. Okay? So a lot of people feel like that's a sign. Then there was a scene where it looked like he was at a funeral. Allegedly, this is shade towards Champagne Thickums. You see the RIP to Champagne Thickums' career. And so allegedly, this was another clue. Looks like he's still on Champagne Thickums' neck, in my opinion. There was another reference to Menace in Society, okay, the movie, in the Squabble Up music video, okay? And if you ever seen that movie, you can understand why Kung Fu Kenny probably put it in the music video, if you ever seen the movie. Some of y'all might be a little bit too young. Then allegedly, he was paying homage to Tupac with his jewelry belt, okay? And he was also dressed in all blue, representing the Crips, okay, in Compton. So basically, a lot of people feel like he was paying homage to Tupac by what he was wearing. Then he had the How to Be Like Kendrick Lamar book for dummies, okay? Allegedly throwing more shade, saying people need to be more like him. But I'll be honest with you. You know, I think that a lot of artists want that mysterious persona like Kung Fu Kenny and Queen Bee have. They just don't know how to do it. But Kung Fu Kenny and Queen Bee have successfully been able to do that. So has The Weeknd, where they're, you know, relevant still, but they're not like all over social media and everybody's not all up in their business. And then also he had the African flag, which a lot of people believe represents his secret Twitter account called Ebony Prince, okay, 2K24. On that account, they had a lot of different information about Champagne Thickums. Like, one, they had, I think it was Dennis, Champagne Thickums' father, they had his medication in his suitcase. Somebody gave that to Kung Fu Kenny, and that was posted on that Ebony account. So a lot of people believe that Kung Fu Kenny was behind that account the whole time, trolling a lot of the fans during the beef. Now, one of Kung Fu Kenny's associates posted this screenshot or message that allegedly Kung Fu Kenny knows what happened on Champagne Thickums' stream with that content creator, okay? Kung Fu Kenny's friend posted that text message that says, "You done turned a blood into a streamer on Phillies." Kung Fu Kenny laughs, and the person responds, "That's a damn shame." Kung Fu Kenny responds and says, "He's tripping?" with a question mark. Okay? I hope Kung Fu Kenny disses Champagne Thickums again. We got to put the nail in the coffin, because Champagne Thickums, he's been throwing a lot of different shade and shots on streaming accounts, but he needs to be worrying about bringing his career back up from the dead, because he hasn't charted since Family Disasters. So that's letting me know, even though y'all cape for Champagne Thickums in the comments, y'all don't really be supporting him like that. Now, moving on from that, G0X by Kung Fu Kenny is currently charting in the top 10 of 146 countries on Apple Music. It has reached number 1 in 107 countries. That's why we call him the king of rap, because he's an international superstar. Look at this, okay? For a surprise drop, mind you, okay? Can't pre-order it. Okay, there was no vinyls that you could purchase beforehand. This was a surprise drop. Now, for the 2024 top collaborations at the Billboard Awards, Kung Fu Kenny, Like That, with Future and Metro Boomin got nominated. Fortnite by the Chart Obsessed Races and Post Malone, I Need Help, with Post Malone and Morgan the Racist, and I Remember Everything with Zach Bryan and Casey McGraves. Even though I wanted to go to Kung Fu Kenny, obviously, I don't think he's going to win in this category. I don't know. I feel like there's too many competition with the pop stars in this category. Now, Kung Fu Kenny was also nominated for the top streaming songs by the Billboard Awards. Sabrina Carpenter also was nominated, Chart Obsessed Racist, Morgan the Racist, and Zach Bryan. Where is Champagne Thickums? Y'all would say he was the number 1 stream male rapper, but he ain't getting no nomination in this category. I wonder why. Maybe they felt like the payola that he was getting should not count, okay? That's probably what happened. They say he gets too much payola, so he is disqualified. Now, Billboard will be receiving Donkey of the Day, for giving the top R&B male artist nomination to Tommy Richmond, okay? The Weeknd and Brent Vias also got nominations, but they should have replaced Tommy with Chris Breezy, the colorist. I mean, come on now. How you gonna nominate Tommy Richmond but not Chris Breezy, the colorist? Y'all doing stuff that's not right now, okay? So y'all receiving Donkey of the Day. Then he also got another nomination for top R&B artist with Brent Vias, SZA, Tyler, and The Weeknd. And it should have been Chris Breezy, the colorist. He should not even be in this category. His song is not really R&B, it's pop. I mean, you can kind of consider it R&B, but not really. I think that Chris Breezy, the colorist, should have been in this category instead of Tommy Richmond. So, Donkey of the Day to the Billboard Awards. Now, moving on from that, Champagne Thickums, please come to the front of the congregation again. You just make it so easy to drag you. I don't even have to try anymore. You just make it so damn easy. So Champagne Thickums' legal team has initiated a legal action against Universal Music Group, aka Lucian Grange, and Payola Fi over allegations that the two companies conspired to artificially inflate the popularity of Kung Fu Kenny's Not Like Us. In the filing on Monday in Manhattan Court, Champagne Thickums' Frozen Moments LLC accused Universal Music Group of launching an illegal scheme involving bots, payola, and other methods to pump up Not Like Us. Champagne Thickums' attorney accused UMG of violating the Racketeer Influence in Corporate Organizations Act, the federal RICO statute often used in criminal cases against organized crime. They also allege deceptive business practices and false advertising under New York state law. Now, in these court documents, UMG said that Champagne Thickums is responsible for his own actions. Universal also has pointed the finger at Mr. Duckworth, aka Kung Fu Kenny, insisting that Champagne Thickums should initiate legal action against Kung Fu Kenny rather than UMG, and even threatened to bring its own legal claims against Kung Fu Kenny if Champagne Thickums were to pursue claims against UMG. Universal Group also responded to Champagne Thickums' allegations on inflating Kung Fu Kenny's Not Like Us numbers. They said that suggestions that UMG would do anything to undermine any of its artists is offensive and untrue. We employ the highest ethical practices in our marketing and promotional campaigns. No amount of contrived and absurd legal arguments in this pre-action submission can mask the fact that the fans chose the music they wanted to hear. Okay, so that's what they said to Payola Board. Now, here's the thing. The reason why I'm giving Champagne Thickums Donkey of the Day is not because he's suing Universal, okay, for them allegedly botting Not Like Us. He's receiving Donkey of the Day is because Universal bots your music, Champagne Thickums. They've been botting his music for years, but because he's no longer the favorite at Universal and Republic, he fell out with Lucian, and Camel Face has been sabotaging him. He's upset that he's no longer the favorite. See, it's so funny. When Nicki Minaj was going through it, Champagne Thickums was silent. He collaborated with all her ops, the Migos, Scratch Off, linked up with Botch and Bitter, okay? The proof is in the pudding. But now that he lost the beef, it's not fair, okay? When they was botting back to back, it was fair though. Champagne Thickums had so much payola, Payolify had to issue refunds to Payolify subscribers who felt like they were being spammed with Champagne Thickums music and content on Payolify back in 2018 when Scorpion came out. Okay? He is the biggest payola user But now, because it's not in his favor, he want to call the cops. Okay? You was telling Kung Fu Kenny to drop. But now you want to snitch and call the cops. That ain't right. Okay? That's not, I don't respect that. No. Now, I have the real tea, and here is the proof, because I already talked about Champagne Thickums getting blackballed September 8th, 2024. Okay? What, 3 months ago? Okay? The people on Patreon know this tea already. So, Champagne Thickums and Lucian fell out. I have that tea on Patreon. And Camel Face is also pulling strings behind the scenes. I have that tea on Patreon, but I already spilled it 4 or 5 months ago. Okay? So if you want that tea, you can check it out there, because, you know, a lot of people like to copy. But the point of the matter is, I don't respect it because Champagne Thickums is the biggest payola user on Universal. Okay? He has gotten payola for years. But he's upset that now he's not the favorite. And the funny part about this is that when Like That came out, all Kung Fu Kenny said was that there was no big three. It was just Big Me. Okay? That's the main bar that he said, right? You put out a whole diss track because of that record. You put out push-ups. You were saying drop. Oh, you're not getting out of this. But now that Kung Fu Kenny annihilated you, 100 gigabytes of trash flopped. All your collaborations with Thug, 21 Below Average, and Scratch Off flopped. Now you're upset. I find that to be interesting. I think he thought Kung Fu Kenny was Pusha T. This ain't going to end well for Champagne Thickums. I'm just letting y'all know this now. But if you want the behind the scenes tea that I already spilled months ago about his issues and how he getting blackballed, that is on Patreon. Okay, and I spilled that months ago. Here are the receipts. Okay, so at the end of the day, I don't feel bad for Champagne Thickums, because when it was happening to Nicki Minaj, you were quiet. You just recently collaborated with Scratch Off, and she called Nicki Minaj an R-word, super freaky grandma, all this stuff, but then you was mad at D-Mar, okay, for being in the music video with Kung Fu Kenny, okay? And it's so funny that he won't sue Kung Fu Kenny for calling him a pedo. He's suing for bots. Let's talk about that. If you want to know why, you got to go on Patreon. The reason why he not going to sue for the pedo allegations, okay? Because at the end of the day, where there's smoke, there's fire. That's all I'm going to say. If Megan had sued Nicki Minaj for the Bigfoot record, y'all would be dragging Megan. If vice versa, if Nicki had sued, y'all would have been dragging Nicki. This is rap, okay? And you can say, oh, well, it's between him and his label. It has nothing to do with Not Like Us. But if Not Like Us flopped, he wouldn't have been suing. It's because it went #1, and Kung Fu Kenny got the Super Bowl because of Not Like Us, and he got these Scammy nominations, and Champagne Thickums is seeing his career fall apart, as it should, okay? And the funny part is Champagne Thickums has stopped a lot of people's bags. Champagne Thickums has pulled strings behind the scenes to have people songs be removed off radio, like he did for the Like That song. He sent a cease and desist, okay? So at the end of the day, I don't feel bad for him at all. When it was Nicki Minaj, he was quiet. But anyway, that's all I'm going to say. I don't want to make this video obnoxiously long. So I'm going to end it here. I got some hot tea on Patreon. Link will be in the description, and have a great day.